Yeah, Sound Sultan and Janinja.
The 11th day of July is a day that a lot of us will not forget quickly, as it was a really sad day for the Nigerian entertainment industry. And just like how people that were close to him, I also woke up to calls and messages from people trying to confirm if truly the news about Sound Sultan was true. I mean, this is a man that lived the perfect life. Even though we say nobody is perfect, Sound Sultan was as close as one could be to perfection in terms of how he lived his life. So when the news broke about his death, it was only natural that people wanted to be sure because nobody saw this coming. Nobody could believe it. I remember also reaching out to those that were close to him just to be sure. And even after they confirmed it, I was still hoping that someone somewhere will come out and say it was all a rumor or something. But sadly, today makes it 1 month since we lost a rare human being, someone that gave his all to everyone. That's one guy where nobody feel talk bad about. With me on the podcast today, I have two people that were very close to Sound Sultan. I'll just be having a conversation with them differently. So you'll be hearing their voices differently, on what Sultan or how Sultan was as a person and also, as a musician. So that's what we'll be doing today.
My name is Kyle Kodri, known as I Play Dreams Film, cinematographer, a content creator, and a good guy. Basically, if I was to describe him, I would say he's one person who was simple, nice, and he was there for everybody. I'll be honest, aside, he never lived a celebrity life. I'll be honest, he never lived a celebrity life. He tried as much as possible to make sure that he created that balance between his personal life, family, and his career, So it was that person who you could always talk to in terms of, when you have ideas, it was always that person you could actually relate with. At least I know a couple of people who he was more like their special advisor in terms of trying to build, aside from maybe their career, trying to just make sure that they would, there was a future plan. So it was just that one very person that it was just a full package of the well-being.
So on that sad day that the event happened, what was the first thing that was running through your mind when you first heard about the news? And
I'll be honest, first and foremost, I was on set that particular day, because he was recovering. So we that were kind of close to him never expected, we that were close to him actually never believed such thing would happen because he was recovering actually, and when the news came, I could remember very well, my phones were just ringing that period. The numbers I saw calling were numbers that actually didn't call me, all the time. And while I was on set, I noticed this call kept on coming and I was like, okay, fine. But I couldn't take my calls at that time. But luckily, I had to just leave set and I picked the first call and the next thing I heard was, man, is this true? And I'm like, what? He said Sultan. I said, no, because he was recovering. And the next thing I did was to call his manager to confirm. The manager wasn't taking his calls and immediately that guy didn't take his call. I knew something was wrong. So the next thing I did was to reach out to his elder brother, who is Baba D, at that point, I wasn't even confident enough to reach out to him because I remember myself and Baba D we had a talk, a very long talk, I think like 3 weeks before that incident happened. And he told me, he even confirmed it to me that, yes, Sultan is recovering and all that, So I had to go to his page on Instagram. And the post I saw there just confirmed, it was true, but I still wasn't sure enough, not until when I now had to just, started seeing more posts and all those things, and I found out that it was true, but to be honest with you, I'm still trying to, rewind back, reminisce about the past. The thing is still very fresh in me, actually. Because I'll be honest, Sultan is somebody who didn't have a bad beat. That's just one person. It's a full package. He doesn't have a bad beat. He doesn't have anything bad going on. It's just that person who you would be with and you always want to be with him. He was dedicated to his religion and he never let the music thing go into him in any way. His family was first. I find we'll miss him, but I'll be honest with you, the industry missing that because Sultan was that person who actually writes songs for so many people who I can't even mention their names right now. And at least I know one or two recordings were going together that it was just there for all those artists too. So well, may still rest in peace anyway. We're still trying to get about it though, but it's not easy. If I'm feeling this way right now, I'm just trying to imagine how the wife and the children will be feeling, his siblings and all that. So
exactly, and that was what I was going to say because, like you rightly said, the industry is going to miss him, and everyone close to him is definitely going to miss him. And have you been probably been in contact with probably the wife or Babadi himself? Have you guys, spoken since the incident? And
I spoke to Babadi, but that part that himself and Babadi, the fact that they are brothers, they are business partners too. So the response, the way he talks right now is still very down. So I just didn't have to bother him that much. But we had a chat and I just told Babadi that, man, I'll be honest, I don't have that confidence right now to be at those events because I am trying to hold back tears and I actually an emotional person, so for me to seeing people around talking about him and all those things, so I just didn't want something that was going to break me down more. So that's what's up.
So what would you say were some of those things that, you were able to learn from Sultan as a person? Because I know definitely there was a lot of things, you must have learned knowing how close you guys were. So what are some of the things you would have said you picked up from him and, that will continue to be with you?
Yeah, first and foremost is being simple, simplicity. Even when you have everything going fine, there's no point. You have to start making it. You have to start showing it to the world that yes, you are like this, you are like that. Like Sultan was somebody who lived a low profile, a low key profile kind of lifestyle because he wasn't that kind of person who posts does bought this, he does bought that. No. But the truth is, Sultan was actually one of the, I'll be honest with you, in terms of finance, he was doing fine. In terms of so many things, he was really doing fine. So I actually learned, that part of life where you don't have to loud everything. Everything that is happening to you, just have to keep it on a low profile. Then secondly is, believe in God more. See your God as your number one priority, basically. And I remember there was a particular time I was almost dressing like him. He was that person who likes combination a lot. He's wearing a particular footwear. It's either he's wearing the shirt or the cap or the spec. I remember there was a particular time that if I'm wearing the shirt, I'll make sure the specs I'm wearing is the same. He was that person who loves combination a whole lot. So at some point in time too in my life, I was that kind of person too. Even until now, so I still do a whole lot of that, but he was just best at it. Then, family. He took his family as a very good priority. His family was topmost in everything he does, and he gave people attention. So I think I learned that a lot from it. So, the fact that you're busy, you still have to sacrifice one or two, of your time to so many things that I can't even remember right now.
What would you say was your fondest memory with Sultan? That memory that you continue to cherish?
There are many of them. I think one of them was a particular time he took me. He has this basketball outfit, the Lagos Highlanders. There was a time he took me to where he normally does their training, landmark in VI. All players are following and all that. Let me see. I've got so many. I think anytime he's with his family, and I maybe I'm driving through. He's also going somewhere, and I'm with my family. He's with his family, and we get to meet. Maybe we just meet in somewhere and we didn't plan it and all that. There's this love he shows, himself, his wife, like when they see my family, okay, yeah, then I think at a particular time when I traveled, I came back and saw it with joy, like, oh, I play, nice, oh, fine, I the treat, there are many, honestly, there are many.
We all know Sultan to be a community person. So, first, satellite. How is the community dealing?
At the moment, we're just trying to still believe, this is one debt we all owe the Almighty Creator. So we accepted faith, and everybody's trying to go back to their normal life and all those things. But till date, his talk still goes round because he plays basketball in Festac. He plays. He didn't see himself as that person who wouldn't want to play basketball with people around, like say he has to play with his peers and all this. No, he was playing basketball with everybody. So it was down to earth. So and there are people who actually come around to watch basketball just because he'll be there. You understand, especially mostly on Fridays, Wednesdays and Fridays, but mostly Fridays. After his Jumat service, once it's like 5, he comes around to play basketball and all those things. So many, like for now, basketball in Festac, especially where he normally plays on a particular field, it's not being the same. And there was a tournament that was even held in his memory, which also brought out the local government chairman. His brother too, Babade, was around for that tournament. Unfortunately, I couldn't attend that as well. So we are trying to go back to our normal lives, and still believe God has a reason for taking him at this point in time, because it's not really how long you live, but it's how far you can actually impact people. There are people who have lived longer than this, but yet, even when they leave, they can't be remembered.
So, on a final note, if there is one thing you say people should I say, take from the life of Sound Sultan, one advice, one life lesson that people should take away from the life of Sound Sultan, what would that thing be?
I would say first and foremost is be yourself. Try as much as possible not to be intimidated. Of course, yes, if you're doing well or you're not doing well, people will talk about you, but don't let anything anybody says get to you. Just make yourself happy. The little way you can. Just make yourself happy, irrespective of what is happening to you at that time. Because I'll be honest with you, even the richest person on the earth right now might not be happy all the time. So the fact that this isn't working, that isn't working, doesn't mean it's not going to work tomorrow. Just see every stage of your life as a learning process, basically. Because I could remember. Okay, I think there was a particular time, my ever first time I was going to meet JJ Okocha one-on-one. It was through Sound Sultan, and a couple of other people too, So for the fact that he had everybody around him, he still didn't let that things get into him. You understand? At times we'll park the car, take a walk, and he doesn't have a bodyguard, he doesn't have all those, he's like this kind of one man kind of a person, but yet, so anytime we're around together and all those things, we did it. We were just doing the little we can, So I would say, be yourself, make yourself happy all the time, and honestly, make sure your bad habits doesn't take over your life. That's just the truth, because fine, nobody's perfect here, so at least just make sure you have control over everything you're doing, basically, and be closer to your Almighty, to your Creator.
Yeah, hello. My name is Oba Amin, also known as Lil Prince Amin. Yeah, that's my name.
Lil Prince, let me just ask you this straight off. The day you first heard the news that Egbon was gone, what was your reaction at present moment? How did you feel?
Basically, I was in the studio that morning when one of my cousin called. I was like, he saw it on Facebook that Sound Sultan is it. I was like, Egbon no talk this kind of thing now. Which kind of thing they talk to? Saying, no, that no possible now. Because when they said he had cancer that went viral, I tried to reach out. They said that was a rumor. It was just a publicity stunt. So after that call, I said, let me confirm. I tried before even trying to confirm. Another call came in. It was now becoming real. I had to go and check about this page on Facebook. So I saw the post, and that was how I knew it became a serious shock. And my phone did stop ringing till night, but I had to stop picking my calls around afternoon because I got really devastated because I didn't expect that news. It's someone that you wouldn't even think of that is going to die like this soon, because he did everything right.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm trying to say. So the news was a very big shock to me.
Yeah, I have to be honest, it was also a very big shock to me because just like you rightly pointed out too, I got it message around, I think, to 8 in the morning, guy, how far? Is this true? And I'm like, no, I've not seen it anyway. This can't be true. And while I was trying to reply to that, somebody else to send me a message, even with your, announcement. And I'm like, okay, you guys should just chill. Let me try and, reach out to those that I know are close to him. And I reached out to iPlay. I think I also tried reaching out to you just, to know what's up. And before I know anything, it was all over. And even while everything was going on, I think till about the afternoon, I was still finding it hard to believe. I was expecting, maybe I'll just see news that comes out and say, oh, it was false and it was people that were carrying, wrong information and wrong rumor, just the way, like you rightly said, it was said when he had cancer that he said it was, I was expecting, something like that. But I don't know, the reality just hit hard later in the evening when it now became so real, like, wow. Sound Sultan is gone. I would like to, we can spend a whole month, a whole day, a whole year talking about, how Sound Sultan is as a person. But I want us to talk about, what it was like in the music, studio, because I know you have a very, very close working relationship with Sound Sultan. You've worked with him a lot of time. Tell us about what Sultan does when it comes to the studio to record. What was his work ethic like?
Basically, Sultan takes his time to do every song. I call him a perfectionist, He writes his songs, he edits the song. When he writes and he records immediately. When he's not good, he changes it. Basically, his work ethic is if I put it on percentage, is 80%. He's hardworking when it comes to his music. Takes his time a lot to do his recording in his studio. Basically, that's it.
Like I said, it's no doubt that Sultan is a legend in the industry. Looking at how he started his career and how his career has been able to, to stay with us, and without, even trying to sugarcoat it or anything, it is obvious that now that he's gone, his music will continue to stick with us. So, for you, which of Sound Sultan's song would say, has been your favorite and has stuck with you, and why?
I would say it's Ajodabile.
Area.
The song is never dying. It's been there from day one, from the moment I got to know Sound Sultan. And the song is still here. So that song is I don't think that song is ever gonna die. That's like evergreen. To always be here. So I think that's my favorite song of Sound Sultan.
All right.
Basically.
So speaking about his musical legacy, what would you say would be or is his musical legacy?
Sound Sultan mostly try as much as possible to pass message with all his songs. Most of his legacy is, if you listen to most of his songs, he's like a human rights activist.
Yeah.
He try to talk for the people. He feels people's pain and try to put it in his music to reach out. Basically. So I feel that aspect is his legacy. You know, we know that yes, he's a human rights activist when it comes to his music. He channels that with his music, basically. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like you rightly said. I mean, I can count a lot of Sound Sultan songs where you just listen to and be able to pick up something. You have so many songs like Ole, when the bush go catch the hunter. You know, you have songs like Light Up Naija. You have the one with Tubaba. Prayer and One, and you know, like you rightly said, it's every time you release a song, it's not just one of those artists that just release a song that you feel, oh, for the moment. His songs are evergreen and his songs are, you know, are classic.
They always have that message to pass to the people.
Yeah, it always has that message to, you know, to pass to the people. Before I let you go, let me just, you know, quickly ask you this. Now that you know, it's been a reality that we are still trying to take to heart about, you know, the death of Sound Sultan. What do you think? I know, yes, obviously, the music industry is going to miss Sound Sultan. But what do you feel will be the most, you know, important thing that we are going to miss about him?
And apart from being a musician, Sound Sultan is also a comedian, a very, very talented comedian that didn't really pursue that particular dream. You know, we that knows him as a comedian, we definitely miss that side of him too. You know, then lastly, a lot of people that knows him one-on-one are going to miss his person. You know, Sound Sultan is someone that basically is a saint. You know, he does not drink, he does not smoke, he does not womanize. You know, he's a good husband, a good father. You know, he takes care of virtually everybody that is close to him. You know, he's always ready to help. He always shows up. That is one special thing about him. People are going to miss that about him. He always tries to cheer people up, and he always shows up. Those are the things that people are definitely going to miss about Sound Sultan.
You know, talking about him always showing up. I could remember, I think it was the first time I, you know, came in contact with Sound Sultan. It was actually at your video shoot when we're shooting one of your video. I think it was I can't remember the video we're trying to shoot then in Festac. Sultan was there at the video shoot, and you know, the video shoot I think was supposed to start early, but somehow got delayed to probably later in the night. We were trying to put everything, and it was just so calm and so relaxed, and it was just chilled out all through waiting. And in my mind, I felt, I'm not sure how many, you know, celebrity of his status at that particular point in time will have been able to have that patience. You just sat down in a corner. If you are not even really conversant with music that much, you might not know that was Sound Sultan sitting there. Because I remember my friend that I came with, after we passed through, I was like, guys, you listen to Sound Sultan? I was like, for you, Sound Sultan, nice down like that, you know, was just calm. And, you know, so like you said, we are going to miss this person. We are going to miss, you know, I think he's an example for how we should all live our life.
Yeah, you know. So that's where I began to fear death, you know. It took my fear of death to another level, because you know they always talk one thing, that good people now in the quick die, but I know, you know, they make me believe in one way or the other. Because how could someone be that cool and nice that does not even take alcohol? Where you get cancer from? You know, stuff like that. Questions will just keep popping up in your head. I'm like, oh, but I've not been able to get over his death, because Sound Sultan you'd be like Sound Sultan of all people. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, well, God knows best, and He knows why He had to take him from us early. May still continue to rest in peace.
May He so continue, you know, to rest in peace. I pray that Allah gives his wife, his kids, his brother Babadi, and the entire Fasasi family the strength they need to be able to stay strong during this difficult time. I also pray for everyone listening to this right now. I pray that we don't lose any of our loved ones anytime soon. Yes, death is inevitable. What we pray for is long life. And I pray that Allah gives every one of us that. Amen.
How I wish, say, I fit reach you anywhere you day. You day, far away. Sound Sultan, Ninja, we're doing it.